You think she doesn't like you because he's quiet? Because she's not blowing up your phone? Because she's acting a little cold? Think again. A lot of men are completely blind to the fact that women will hide their feelings, especially when they actually like you. It's not always the girl laughing at your jokes or texting. It's non-stop that wants you the most. Sometimes it's the one who's buying short, nervous, confusing, or even distant. And you're out here thinking, yeah, she's not into me. Nah, bro. You just don't know how to read the signs. Women are emotional, but they're also strategic. They're deeply aware of how they are perceived, especially when it comes to attraction. Unlike men who are often direct and obvious, a woman can be obsessed with you and still act like you barely exist. Why? Because she's protecting herself, her ego, her heart, her options. Some women are scared of rejection. Others don't want to come off as desperate. And many are simply testing you. Can he read between tellings? Can he lead? Is he emotionally aware? But here's the real kicker. Just because she's hiding it doesn't mean the signs aren't there. You're just not paying attention. The way she stands near you, the way she brings up random topics just to keep the convo going, the way she gets slightly irritated when you mention another girl, it's all right in front of you. But if you're only looking for obvious signals, you'll miss 90% off the real ones. And that's why most men either never shoot their shot or worse. They shoot and get rejected because they'll move too fast without reading the emotional temperature, right? This video is going to expose the subtle silent signs that a woman likes you, but is trying not to show it. Whether chichi, guarded, testing you, or just scared of getting hurt, these are the signals she can't hide. No matter how hard she tries, once you learn to spot at him, let's divine. 1. She acts cold, but stays close. This is the classic sign that completely throws most men off. You think because is acting distant, short, or uninterested that she's not into you? But here's the twist. If she truly didn't care, she wouldn't even be there. Let's break this down. When a woman acts cold, she's usually trying to protect their own emotions, especially if she does like you. That coldness, it's a front, a defense mechanism. She's keeping herself from becoming too obvious, too easy, too available because she knows once y'all know she likes you. The dynamic changes, so instead of being open and flirty, she pulls back. She gives you short answers, delays her replies, acts like she doesn't care. But pay attention. She still shows up. She's still watching your stories. She's still sitting close. She's still making eye contact when she thinks you're not looking. She's still sitting when you talk, even if she pretends she's not. You'll notice she's always around, but her vibe feels off, like she's trying to hide something. That's because she is. She's hiding her interest. But she can't completely pull away because part of her wants you to notice her effort, without her having to say it. She's waiting to see if you have enough awareness and confidence to see through the coldness. And most guys mess it up right here. They either assume she's not interested and walk away too early, get frustrated, and start chasing harder. Try to warm her up with compliments and attention, which just makes her colder. Wrong approach. What she wants is to feel your presence without pressure. She's watching to see how you handle her. Mixed signals. Do you keep your cool? Do you hold your frame? Do you act like a man who noticed but doesn't need her energy to feel secure? If you all pass that unspoken test, she starts to melt. But if you crumble, she pulls back even harder. So remember, just because she's acting cold doesn't mean she's not into you. Sometimes cold behavior is her way of seeing if you're warm enough to break through it without losing your self-rest. 2. She's always around, but pretends it's coincidence. Ever notice how she just happens to boo wherever you are? She shows up at some events, ends up near you at work or school, sits close in group settings. Walks past you more times than Asri, and yet she acts like it's all just a coincidence. It's not. When a woman likes you, but doesn't want to show it directly, proximity becomes her secret weapon. She wants to be in your space, but she doesn't want to make it obvious, so she leaves it open to interpretation. It gives her a level of safety. If you say something, she'll connect surprised. If you don't, she still gets to be around you. It's low risk, high reward for her. And for you, it's added. See, Men expect women to walk up, flirt, drop compliments. But most women will never do that, especially if they're still unsure about how you feel. So instead, they position themselves top, seen without having to make the first move. She might pretend she didn't know you were going to be there. Even Thosh absolutely did. She might brush past you and act like it was nothing, but she felt it. She might sit close enough to hear your voice and act like she's signaling you. This is the game of controlled closeness. She wants you to notice. She just doesn't want to look thirsty. And here's what most men miss. They either ignore her presence completely or they overdo it. Calling her out, asking why she's always around, trying to flirt immediately. Both can ruin the vibe. The right move. Be aware. Be cool. Be consistent. Let her know you see her, but don't chase. Match her energy without feeding into awkwardness. And this builds tension. And if she's truly into you, the tension becomes attraction. When a woman likes you but wants to hide it, she won't always tell you with words. She tells you with presence. You'll see the pattern because trust me, a woman who doesn't care stays far. A woman who does finds excuses to stay close even if shicks like it's nothing. 3. She gets ealess, hides it with attitude. Let's talk about one of the most underrated signs she likes you but doesn't want you to know. Not the loud, obvious kind. Not the who's that girl drama you see in movies. No, hers is quieter, colder, more calculated. And it usually shows eupus, attitude, sarcasm, or passive-aggressive energy. You mention Anna Thurger. Suddenly, her mood shifts. She goes quiet or throws in a slick comment like, "Oh, she seems your type." You post a story with another woman. She does entraply like she usually does. Maybe Evan leaves you on scene. You casually compliment someone else in the group. She rolls her eyes. Acts like she didn't it. Or worse, starts complimenting her guy in return. See what's happening. She's not trying to make a scene. She's trying to protect herself while still expressing emotion. It's her way of saying, I noticed and I didn't like it, without admitting that she cares. And this is what throws most men off. They think if she's being difficult to a little spicy, she must not be interested. But in reality, that shift in her tone, that sudden edge in her voice, that's emotional investment. Women don't get jealous over men they feel nothing for. And remember, most women have pride. They're not going to blurt out, I like you, and I'm Lokomod. You're talking to someone else. No way. Instead, they play it cool. Butt hair energy tells the story. What's tricky is how you respond. React too much. You look guilty. Ignore it compulsively. You look clueless. But if you acknowledge the shift subtly, stay grounded, and even tease her lightly without apologizing, now you flip its power. Because what she really wants is to see if you'll notice, and if you'll stay confident under pressure. So pay attention. That little bit of attitude when you mention another woman, that's not hate, that's heat. And the more you learn to read her emotional shifts, without needing everything spelled out, the more you realize her jealousy might be the loudest thing she's trying not to say. 4. Her friends know about you. Even if you've never met this one right here. It's a giveaway, and most men didn't even catch it. If a woman like Subud is trying not to show it, you'll find the truth in her circle, not just in her words. Here's how it plays out. You meet her friend for the first time, and she already knows your name. You get a weird smile from one of her girls when you walk by. Someone in her group says, "Oh, you're the guy she talks about." She instantly gets awkward, or changes the subject. Boom, there it is. Women don't talk about guys they have no interest in. They don't mention you by name unless you've been on their mind, and they definitely don't bring you up. They're friends unless they're trying to figure you out or low-key hapinjal make a move. So even if she acts neutral around you, her friends are watching. They've already been briefed. They know your name, what you look like, how you talk, and whether you're the one she kind of likes but doesn't want to admit. Her girls might tease her when you're around. They might act awkward. when you speak to her. Or they might suddenly disappear and leave you too alone by accident. It's not coincidence, it's strategy. Because again, she doesn't want to come off obvious. She's trying to protect her feelings. So instead of making a move herself, she lets the information flow sideways through her friends. That way, if you didn't respond, her pride stays intact. But if you do catch on and play your cards right, now she knows you're paying attention. What most guys do wrong is ignore the social cues. They treat every friend interaction like it's casual, when in reality, you're being observed, judged, measured. Because whether she admits it or not, she's already run your name through the group chat. So ask yourself, if her friends know you and you've never met them, how exactly? Because if she's talking about you when you're not there, she's feeling something. She's not ready to show when you are. 5. She mirrors you, but acts like she doesn't notice. This one slips right past most men, but once you learn to see it, you'll catch it everywhere. When a woman likes you, even if she's trying to hide it, her body starts speaking louder than her words. And off the clearest signs, she mirrors you. Your posture, your tone, your expressions, even your slang or energy. If you lean back, she leans back. You'll cross your arms, she does the same. You speak a certain way, she starts matching your rhythm without realizing it. It's not mimicry, it's chemistry. Mirroring is something humans do naturally when they feel emotionally connected, interested, or aligned. But when a woman is trying not to show that interest, she'll mirror you subtly, then act like it's nothing, like it didn't happen, like she wasn't matching you step for step, but it's happening. And it's on of those subconscious giveaways. She can't fully control. The real test, start paying attention to how her vibe shifts when your energy shifts. If you suddenly get quiet and introspective, does she calm down too? If you get playful and sarcastic, does she play along, even if she pretends she's annoyed? If you switch your body language, does hers adjust within a few scans? That's not coincidence. That's connection. Now here's the catch. She doesn't want to make it obvious. She doesn't want you to call it out. She's playing it safe, giving you a subtle signal while still protecting her ego. Most guys either miss it completely or they ruin the moment by pointing it out awkwardly. Don't do that. Instead, match her back. Stay calm. Stay in control. Let the silent rhythm between you both build. That unspoken sync is where the tension grows. And tension is where attraction lives. And if you're realigning attention, you'll see this. She's not just copying your moves. She's trying to match your vibe without ever admitting it's intentional. Why? Because feels what you feel. She's just trying harder to hide it. 6. She'll veer two small things you do. The zone's tricky because it doesn't look like attraction at first. In fact, it might look like she's annoyed, moody, or just plain difficult. But if you zoom out, you'll see the pattern clearly. She reacts emotionally to things that shouldn't matter. You take too long torpidly, and she suddenly gets short or passive. You crack a joke about Anna Thurgle, and she rolls her eyes and calls you immature. You don't notice her new hairstyle or outfit, and she acts distant or cold for the rest of the day. Seems petty, right? But here's the deeper truth. When a woman doesn't care, she doesn't react. Indifference is silence. Disinterest is emotional flatness. When she actually feels nothing for you, you could say or do anything and she'll down blink. But if she likes you, even secretly, your behavior affects her. And that emotional reaction is her way of trying to cover up the fact that she's invested. It's backwards, but it's real. She can't just say, "Hey, I really like you, and that joke made me feel a little unsure." Instead, she snaps. She gets sarcastic. She throws a jab. She wants you to feel something too, but she doesn't want to reveal that she cares that much. And here's where most men go wrong. They take it personally. They get defensive. They start arguing. They try to fix it with over-apologies or extra attention. Don't. That just confirms her. Fear that you're too emotionally reactive. Instead, stay calm. Stay grounded. Led with understanding, not insecurity. Respond like a man who knows how to read people, not just react to them. If she's subreacting to small things, chances are she's battling with herself, licking you, but not wanting to show it. That emotional tension, it's real. And how you handle those moments tells her everything she needs to know about you. So, the next time she catches an attitude over something minor, don't get mad. Don't chase. Don't fold. Recognize it for what it is. Proof that you matter more than she wants to admit. 7. Shetries to confuse you to see if you'll step up. Now this one right here, it's what separates boys from men. When a woman likes you but isn't ready to admit it, she will intentionally create a confusion. Not because she's toxic, not because she's cruel, but because she wants to see what kind of man you are. Wayne. Things aren't clear. One minute she's laughing at all your jokes. The next, she's cold and dry. She compliments your vibe, then throws shade. 10 minutes later, she texts you all day, then ghosting for 2 days straight. You sit there thinking, what is this girl on? But what you're not realizing is this is test. She's watching your emotional control. She wants to see if you're going to fall apart, chase harder, or stay calm and centered, because deep down, she doesn't just want your attention. She wants to feel your strength. Women are emotional creatures, and attraction for them isn't just about looks. Oh, our status. It's about energy. The man who knows how to handle mixed signals without folding. That is man who stands out. That's the man who earns respect. Because here's the uncomfortable truth. She already knows she likes you. What she doesn't know yet is if you are worth admitting it to. So, she plays hot and cold. She sends mixed. She creates emotional fog. And in that fog, she watches your moves. Do you get needy? Do you argue for clarity? Do you blow up her phone? Or do you stay cool, confident, and focused on your mission? The right man sees the game and doesn't play it emotionally. He doesn't get confused. He doesn't chase validation. He leads with calm presence. And that presence makes her want to drop the act completely. So when a woman is trying to confuse, you don't react. Observe, don't panic, lead. Because if you hold your ground through her storm, she stopped sting and start revealing what she wasting to hide all along. Let me leave you with this. If you need her to say it out loud, you've already lost the moment. A woman might never tell you she likes you, but her behavior will scream it when you know how to pay attention. The problem is, most men are so distracted looking for words. They missed actions that are louder than anything she could say. And here's their all controversy. Women fall hardest for the man who doesn't need constant proof. The man who trusts his read. The man who leads without chasing. The man who doesn't flinch when things get unclear. Because attraction doesn't live in the obvious. It lives in the tension, the uncertainty, the energy she tries to hide. If anything in this video made you pals relate or reflect, drop a comment. Tell me what signs you've seen, what you've misread, or what woke you up. I'm in the comments, reading, replying, connecting. This isn't just content, it's connection. Let's build something.